this motherfucking bag. Stand up the way, I made. Sacrificing time for this shit, man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago, they ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool, I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace, I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend, we should try again. You been on my mind, you should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl, you know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your brand, love, you know that I...
Yeah, it's goddess. And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and landlord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo, we stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat that. And we ain't scared of running, what you thought we bleed that? It's only one team over here, that's Cowboys, believe that. Yeah, this you got is the poet. Big up West Coast Cowboy, HTM Sports, and Landlord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out. Now don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC. Yeah, DC4L.
31 teams in the NFL. His system is designed to stop 25 teams.
Shit, I need a linebacker that's over 200 pounds. I need a defensive tackle that you got to pull away from the buffet. He's gone, so no.
Let's talk about that.
But yeah, that's a large part. That's a large part of your
I gotta
team.
make this point because I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about it until you mentioned it. So I gotta get this off before it flees me, and the nation needs to hear this.
And we are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy, Henny Demore, coming to you straight from the liquor store. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, Keem Morningstar, 9 a.m. liquor store run. You know, we gotta make it happen, man. It's the weekend. And listen, it's the first of the month. We can't lay down in bed, you know, waddle around looking crazy. You know, we gotta get up and make it happen, man. It's the first, you know. And listen, I know that the government shut down, but you know, it used to mean, you know, you used to get your little benefits on you get your little check in the mail or direct deposit on the first, man. So, you know, I don't know what's going on right now in the world, but it's still the first. You know what I'm saying? So y'all slide on in. It's well overdue for y'all to make a liquor store run, man. So salute to everybody out there. I see my boy Darren Posey in the building, sliding in early in the morning. You know, tapping in with us. I appreciate you. The brother Country Kane in the building. And look, we got a good show lined up, man. I got all kinds of graphics and all kinds of talking points. But, you know, I need y'all to help your boy out early in the morning, man. The first thing I need y'all to do when y'all slide in is I need y'all to share the content. You know, I need y'all to share the content. I need y'all to hit the like button on the content. The likes help with the algorithm. The shares also help with the algorithm, really. We get straight down to it. But really, when you share the content, you letting more people know that the liquor store is open and they can come in and participate and partake with us, you know, in the early morning hours. They can get this good content. So, and listen, we gonna bring back manifestation in the liquor store, cause we ain't been manifesting hard enough. Apparently, if you look at our season, we have not been manifesting no wins. We ain't been manifesting no championships. We ain't been manifesting nothing. So, we back to manifestation. If y'all want the Dallas Cowboys to win their 6th championship, I need y'all to share the content 6 times. I need y'all to share it 6 times to 6 different people, 6 different groups, 6 different group chats, 6 different Facebook pages. It don't matter. We back to manifest in the liquor store this morning, man, because the damn Dallas Cowboys need it. So hit that like button and then share the content at least 6 times. It could be a friend, a family, a foe. You know what I'm saying? So they just gotta say, F it, I don't know. We finna figure it out. No, that's what we here for, having our early morning, as I have my early morning coffee, we just gonna talk as a family and work through some of this Dallas Cowboys shit. We'll see. I don't know if they're gonna make trades or not. They should. Because really, when you talk about the Dallas Cowboys and making the trade, they're one of the teams with the most cap space in the National Football League as it stands right now. If I'm not mistaken, the Dallas Cowboys have $30 million in free cap space right now. I could be mistaken. I could have the wrong thing in here. But the Dallas Cowboys, yeah, here it go. So, from today's internal NFL cap report, this from Albert Breer. 10 teams with the most cap space. The New England Patriots, the Dallas Cowboys, the Washington Commanders, the Lions, the Browns, the 49ers, the Steelers, the Seahawks, the Titans, and then the Panthers. The Dallas Cowboys are one of only 2 teams in the National Football League with at least $30 million in free cap space right now. Right? So the Dallas Cowboys can trade for anybody they want, and they'll probably be able to fit them underneath the the cap. So let's say you wanted to go big and trade for Myles Garrett. Theoretically, with the way that his contract is structured, you could do it. Max Crosby, theoretically, with the way his contract is structured, you could do it. Anybody you could think of to trade for that could help this defense, the Dallas Cowboys have the cap space to trade for them. Right? Really, let's start there, because I got an issue with the Dallas Cowboys and how they be moving. I want y'all to peep this video from RJ Ochoa, and he just gonna say what we all been knowing for a very long time, and that not enough pie shit is a lie, because there's plenty of teams that are moving around, signing their own people, and doing it effectively, quietly. But you ain't got to hear from me, because I'm just a YouTuber that sits in his kitchen and talks Dallas Cowboys football. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a YouTuber. But y'all can listen to RJ Ochoa.
On your screen here are recent extensions that Adam Schefter noted on Twitter. Aiden Hutchinson, Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, Jamison Williams, Kirby Joseph, Lee McNeil, Taylor Decker. These are the most important positions in professional football, right? You're talking about pass rusher, quarterback, wide receiver, star offensive lineman. That's not even a strong enough word here. Safety, defense, offensive line again. We could go on and on and on and on and throw whatever words and whatever labels we want. But the point of saying all of this is I'm talking to you. There are some of you out there who, when the Jones boys go on the radio and say, we just can't do it, there's not enough pie, do not fall for it. You are better than that. You are smarter than that. The Lions are just the latest team. I want to be very clear. The Lions are not the team that, is making the whole world go, wow, I guess it can be done. No. This has been very well known, very well documented, very well evidence-based for a long time now. Yet somehow, some way, there are still people who believe Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones when they say it just can't be done. And more than that, more than the fact that it can be done from just a practical standpoint, it can be done very quietly. It can be done without drama. It can be done without having to be the headline on First Take. It can be done without having to drag your players through the mud and pitting the media or the fans or whoever against them. It can be done in an efficient manner that serves the sole purpose of making your football team better for the express purpose of winning football games. It's not that much to ask for as a football fan, but for the Dallas Cowboys, it is an impossibility.
And that was RJ Ochoa. And he's right, though. Because we have a lot of people Cause remember that's really why the folks got loud about, hey, let's trade George Pickens. They ain't gonna extend George Pickens. Let's trade George. Man, y'all don't shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody be trying to hear that baby back bullshit. Because to my point on why I don't care about these motherfuckers saving any kind of money, these bitch ass niggas got money now and ain't spent it. The Dallas, listen, I want you to wrap your head around this. The Dallas Cowboys have the second most cap space in the entire National Football League, and they have done absolutely nothing to fix the 32nd ranked defense in the league. You suck at rushing the passer. You suck at stopping the run. You suck at giving up yards. You suck, at stopping people from scoring. You suck in the red zone. You suck everywhere. You really like one of those high class escorts that'll jump on a plane to come get the change. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere there's some sucking to do, the Dallas Cowboys defense is there. They like a high class escort. So my point is this. You have money and have been negligent in how you have used those funds to improve your football team. You have been negligent in going out there and putting together a competent unit on the defensive side of the ball. You traded away Micah Parsons not even a full week before the season started, and the only thing that Jerry Jones says about it is the numbers. Man, we got the numbers now. You gotta listen. 6 $1 bills does not equate to one $100 bill, bitch. That's not how math works. You got a bunch of sorry motherfuckers, and you, because you didn't want to pay the superstar, you got a roster full of sorry ass people. And listen, I didn't think they would be this bad. I was with Land. Shout out to my brother Landlord, man. We talk every damn day. So, we bounce a whole bunch of ideas off each other. We know a lot of each other's talking points and stuff. So I was with Land saying, hey, even without Micah, like on paper, this is still a very solid and strong defensive line. He believed that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I also believed it. I felt like we'll be a worse team without Micah, but I did feel like this defensive line would eventually step up. Dante Fowler, coming off a 10.5 sack season, ain't did shit. Has not earned that contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a waste of money if we being 1,000. Like, he has not done anything up to this point. Jadeveon Clowney, you signed him off the couch. He might just now be coming into form. But point being, he's not the same player that he used to be. Sam Williams needs to be the fuck off my team. Because he was one person I expected to make a jump. Ain't did a fuck thing. Now, he is coming off of a debilitating leg injury. But still, ain't did a fuck thing, if we being honest about it. Right, you just go down the list. Marshawn Nealon, he's not really a pass rusher right now. And even in run support and run defense and setting the edge, he's been inconsistent at that point. What was supposed to be a strong suit for him. Really, man, the only bright spot on this defensive line is Donovan Izaraku, and he can't do it by his damn self. He's a rookie. He is a rookie. He is still learning how to be a professional in the National Football League. So you got a whole bunch of Jags and one guy that is, on the upward tick. But you have not gotten, he keep talking about numbers. You ain't got a return on investment on the motherfuckers. Exactly. Eazy-E is the only guy on that defensive line that is worth talking about. And listen, Osa Odighizuwa, you my guy. I love you. I fought for you to get your contract. You were doing some great things these past years. You ain't doing shit this year, my boy. I don't give a damn what they saying. Like, I got eyes. Osa has not lived up to his contract either. And I love Osa. And I think he is a good player. But he's not playing up to the standard I have for him at this moment of time. Salute to B-Bird. Listen, this is the first super chat of the month, man. I appreciate my brother B-Bird. And listen, y'all may know this, y'all may not know this. B-Bird has his own channel. They've been over there going in. Make sure y'all go support him, man. They go live. They do the OG show. He got his own independent content. Y'all go tap in with B-Bird Cowboys, man. Give him a follow, give him a sub, show him some love, man. But yeah, this is the first super of the month. So I appreciate my brother B Bird for breaking bread with his brother, man. The fans that believe Jerry what empowers him with the 199 for your mind. You ain't bullshitting. Because listen, Jerry Jones is a great salesman. He is a great salesman. Cause I find myself, I know he full of shit, and I still find myself saying, you know what, that sounds good. And then I gotta remember, like, nah, Jerry full of shit. Like, Jerry is a great salesman. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, he's able to get away with some of the atrocities that he commits. You know what I'm saying? Like, he does just enough to keep you bought in. You know, he sells y'all on unproven players. He makes no real big moves in free agency for the most part. So Jerry the salesman is what's saving people from, you know, crucifying Jerry the GM. Because as a general manager, he's not moving with the sense of urgency of some of these other GMs around the league. And like RJ was saying, it's not just, you know, the Lions, right? It's also the Eagles, who just won a Super Bowl, right? It's also the Rams, who always go out and have been aggressive. They were aggressive in trading, you know, for Matthew Stafford to get slightly better, you know, than Jared Goff. You know, they were aggressive in trading for Odell Beckham. They were aggressive in trading for Jalen Ramsey. They were aggressive, you know, when they went out and won their Super Bowl. And then, you know, they weren't down for long. They had one down season where they dealt with cap ramifications, and they're right back aggressive. They went out and they got Devontae Adams for the boy. You know what I'm saying? They went out there and did some good things. They were, you know, they make enough moves, you know, to where you can actually see the impact and you can actually see it pay dividends, you know, out there. Salute to Nigel Wanza with the second super chat of the month. I appreciate my guy. He said it might be the scheme and defensive coordinator. They had respect for Dan Quinn and Mike Zimmer. They went from winning coaches to just another guy. Salute to my boy Nigel. I definitely think it's a combination of things, but there's also things on tape to where it's fucking effort. You know, it's guys not setting the edge. You know, it's guys not knowing who they supposed to cover. You know, it's a lot of things. It's not just scheme. You know what I'm saying? It's not just scheme, because if you change defensive coordinators and you still had the same edge integrity, you still had the same, you know, miscommunications in the back end, not knowing who you're supposed to match with when you're playing quarters or, you know, or palms, not knowing, you know, the proper depth to get in some of your dropbacks when you're playing zone, like, that's on the players. There's a lot of, now listen, there is a lot of schematical things that he does that I don't like. You know, his refusal to blitz, you know, at a higher rate, you know, refusing to play more to 5-man fronts and 4-3 under, even after seeing the success that his teams have when they run it. You're right. There are things schematically that he does that I don't like. You know, playing too much zone. There's a bunch of shit that I don't like from him. But there's also shit that rests on the shoulders of the players. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go out there and tell Trayvon Diggs to slip, you know, and give up a 40-yard touchdown in the Chicago game. He didn't go out there and tell Elam, hey, man, don't, you know, do your assignment and let them get a 30-yard play behind you. You know, he ain't called that. He ain't called no defense to say, Sam Williams, you got edge contained, but give that shit up. Give that shit up like a free code. He ain't called nothing like that. So, you know, it's a combination. You know, it's a combination of things, man. It is motherfuckers not doing their jobs, not knowing what the fuck they supposed to do, on top of bad scheme. Also, salute to KW with the third super chat of the month. I appreciate y'all for helping keep the lights on. Said MP opened up for a lot of guys to eat. Talk about Michael Parsons. If we had a GM that recognized it and capitalized, we would have both pass rushers and stop the run. But the incompetence in the front office is killing this team. I agree. Because I want y'all to understand something. I'm Team Werewolf. I'll be the first one to tell you, there's plenty of shit that Michael Parsons did that rubbed me the wrong way because I'm old and fucking grumpy. Swapping jerseys, I don't believe in that bullshit. But I'm a certain age. I grew up a certain way. Like we weren't really, like all that extra friendly shit. Like I grew up on the 90s Bulls and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of competition I like seeing. There's some things he said on his podcast that rubbed me the wrong way. And I know it rubbed some of his teammates the wrong way. And even with all that shit, I would have paid Michael Parsons that $47 million a year with a smile on my face from ear to ear. Because unless you have a real tangible plan for replacing Michael Parsons and his production, I don't need you moving people based on your feelings. I don't give a fuck about your feelings. I don't give a fuck that if Jerry Jones don't like the nigga. Bitch, I don't like you, Jerry. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what you like, Jerry. I like getting sacks. I like, quick pressures. I like, seeing a generational pass rusher play with a star on the side of his helmet. That's the shit I like. And to your point about them not maximizing Michael Parsons while he was here. All you had to do, Jerry Jones, was get a couple more real linebackers. And, trade for a real defensive tackle. You could have still traded for, Kenny Clark or some shit without giving up Michael fucking Parsons. You could have traded, your next 2 first-round picks and a second, for Derek Brown or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You could have gave them the massive, like the return on investment that you got for Michael Parsons. If you really, wanted to go and get one of these game-chasing defensive tackles, the exact same deal that they offered you for Michael Parsons, you could have gave that to one of these teams. You could have gave, the Carolina Panthers, and listen, they didn't want to do the Michael Parsons trade, whatever, but they probably want to pay Michael Parsons. It's not that they didn't want Michael Parsons. They knew that they were so far away from competing, that Michael Parsons was not going to help them. Like getting Michael Parsons and giving up their 2 first-round picks and their star defensive tackle was not going to help them. But if you came to them and said, "Listen, you were so far away that none of this shit matters for y'all, and we give you our 2 first-round picks, and we give you Mozzie Smith, and we give you maybe a second or some shit," they would have gave you Derek Brown. You know what I'm saying? So there were things you could have did by being the aggressor and the buyer, to improve this defensive line while keeping Michael Parsons here. You know what I'm saying? So that's my issue. My issue is you didn't really have a plan for it. You didn't maximize Michael while he was here. And when you traded for the boy, yeah, I appreciate that, King Morningstar. He said HTM Sports is hilarious. Pass the collection plate around where the likes at. Yeah, y'all please hit the likes. Y'all please hit the shares if y'all care. Y'all please hit the super chats. Hold up. And y'all can hit the Cash App too if y'all want. Because we is some broke niggas in the liquor store. You know what I'm saying? We is po. We is a little po. So, if y'all want to hit the Cash Apps or y'all want to hit the super chats, I ain't going to stop you. And this way y'all can send donations too. I'm going to pin it at the top. Booyah. But yeah, man, please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. Please slap the shit out of an Eagles fan because they deserve it. Good morning, Tamika. Thank you for sliding in and showing love to the liquor store. We rocking out early in the morning with a little bit of hen in the coffee. But yeah, that's the issue. That's the issue. Because listen, if it had worked, I would have lived with it. You know what? If we had traded Michael Parsons away and this defense was better in stopping the run and some of these guys stepped up and we could still rush the pass and everything, cool, fuck it. But because you traded Micah and you didn't have a real plan, we're sitting here with one of the worst defenses in the National Football League. Damn it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and really, when I sit here and think about it, these motherfuckers are so bad. Like, I don't really give a fuck if Michael Parsons hurt these nigga feelings. Now that I'm really sitting here and thinking about, you know, who he rubbed the wrong way, fuck them niggas. Them niggas size a bitch. Fuck them niggas. Do I give a fuck? Do I give a fuck if Michael Parsons hurt, you know, Maji Smith feelings? They don't even let Maji Smith play. Fuck Maji Smith. I don't give a fuck if Michael Parsons hurt Maji Smith feelings. Fuck that nigga. He don't even play enough football for me to give a damn about the nigga feelings. You think I give a fuck that Malik Hooker sorry ass don't like Michael Parsons? Fuck Malik Hooker. That nigga size a bitch. We gotta listen. I would much rather have one asshole that nobody can stand on my team, but he productive, than a whole bunch of sorry ass niggas. They sorry as a bitch. I don't give a damn that Michael Parsons rubbed them niggas the wrong way. None of us really just sit here and think about the shit. These niggas sorry as a whole, and we worry about their feelings. Fuck them niggas. They ain't finna even be on the goddamn team next year. But anyway. Salute to everybody in the building, man. And hey, Sports Junkie, I agree with you. Because he's going to go on the Stephen A. Smith show. He's going to go bring his stupid, goofy ass. And listen, he way older looking than what he is now on that poster. You know, either they put some AI on that shit or they use the old picture. But he finna take his goofy ass out there, you know, on November the 3rd. On November the motherfucking 3rd. Right? And he gonna play in our faces. Cause listen, he better not take his stupid ass on there. He better not take his stupid ass on there and play with us though, man. He can't go on national TV and not have nothing for us. Oh yeah, hey, Junkie, I'm gonna need you to go to show up and show out then, kinfolk. I'm gonna need you to show up and show out. Whew. And who are we playing that week? Who is we playing that week? Oh shit, I just thought about it. We're playing the fucking We're playing the fucking Cardinals. I'm tripping. Yeah, it's sad though, man. It is sad. Cause Jerry ain't aggressive. Trade ain't been working. But I'm gonna tell you who else has not been aggressive. Your head coach has not been aggressive, man. And y'all know I love Schotty. But shit like this make you sit here and like, you know what? Oh, you might be coaching like a hoe. You might be coaching scary. This is a chart, and it shows how often teams go for it when they should. Key word is when they should. The Lions go every time they're supposed to. Kansas City, the Raiders, the Eagles, the Bucks. Go all the way to the back end of the chart. And you'll see the Dallas Cowboys right there with the Jets. Right there with the motherfucking Jets. We are the team fifth lowest time that we done it correctly. And we're not asking them to go for it on 4th and 15 backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost. But 4th and 3 midfield. 4th and goal in the red zone. 4th and 1 when you're down 2 possessions with the worst defense in the National Football League. Schotty, listen, Schotty. I'm gonna have a heart-to-heart with Schotty right the fuck now. Just because you want to believe in this defense does not believe that they are anything for you to believe in. They've done nothing absolutely nothing to earn your trust or your fucking respect, Schotty. This defense does not get stops at a rate conducive for you to be punting the fucking ball when you shouldn't. And listen, this is really why I can't just hold my hands up and say it's all on the defense. It's all on the defense. No. Schotty, there are times where you have put the defense back out there and you shouldn't have. Some of that shit is on you, being too passive, not being aggressive enough with the strongest unit on your team, which is the offense. Now, let's keep it 1,000. You have way more talent on your offense than you ever thought of having on this defense. Oh, I appreciate you, B-Bird. He said, I appreciate the work, appreciate the show you getting me through my workout. Shit, I need to be like you and get my ass in shape. But I appreciate you, B-Bird, with the 199, man. He said, Kyler coming to Jerry's world, and he is quicker and faster than any one of your defense. He cuts on a dime and would make Overshown look silly. Can't wait to see it. Well, League Commander, I know you can't wait to see it. You also can't wait to see your team win again. Because I don't know the last time the Commanders won a fucking football game. Because last time I checked, you done lost like 3 games in a row, right? You lost to the Bears, you lost to us, you lost to the Chiefs. Are you going to win this week, League Commander? Let me know. Because winning is a foreign concept to y'all. Winning is a foreign concept to y'all right now. So let me know when the next time y'all going to win a game. And listen, you can't wait to see it because you couldn't see your team beat my team. You couldn't see your team beat the Dallas Cowboys. So you got to hope and pray that somebody else can beat up on the bully. No, that's what's going on right here. You want Kyler Murray, who might be better than your quarterback, to come in here and beat on the Dallas Cowboys because y'all team couldn't do it. Listen, y'all is the only offense that made the Dallas Cowboys defense look like an actual National Football League defense. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed, my brother in Christ. You should wear one of those bags on your head like the Saints fans did back in the Gap. Y'all niggas is awful. Salute to Eric Hunter in the building, though. But yeah, brother. Back to what we were talking about. Hey, and Lee, you know you my nigga, so I had to give you a hard time coming in this bitch. But yeah, kinfolk. But listen, I will say one thing. I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. The Commanders and the Cowboys are gonna be making draft content in this motherfucker. The Commanders and the Cowboys are gonna be making draft content in this bitch if we don't win this week. I tell you that much. Because if we can't beat the Cardinals, my nigga, and we fall to 3-5-1 going into the bye, and then we gotta play, on the road where we ain't been great at the Raiders, then come back and play the Eagles and the Chiefs. It's gonna be fucking rough. You know what I'm saying? So we got to win this game. Like the next 2 games for the Dallas Cowboys are must win. And salute to my brother Numbhand Neil in the building. This is the 5th super chat of the month. I appreciate you for helping keep the lights on in here, man. He said, heading to Dallas with my daughter to watch it in person. Salute to the service game, and I will be on the field with Jerry again, I'm sure. I have to restrain the slap hand in front of my daughter. Hey, salute, and listen, man. Jerry don't know, man. God be sparing Jerry sometimes, man. Because Numbhand Neil, the serial slapper, should be laying palms and the bottom of his feet on Jerry's old ass right now. But, because he with his child, man, he ain't trying to do Jerry dirty like that. But I appreciate you for the support and the love, my guy. I appreciate it. But, yeah, man, we got to win this game. And one thing I will be looking for, based on this chart, how aggressive will Schotty be in these fourth and short situations, right? Regardless on if we got the lead or if we don't. And listen, y'all need to link up then, man. Y'all need to link up then, man. Cause hey, Sports Junkie, Numbhead Neil, y'all link up. Sports Junkie and my brother Angry Cowboy fan will be in attendance. Numbhead Neil, you'll be there. So hell, swing by Texas Live. I know they'll be at Texas Live, man. So y'all tap in, man. B Bird with the 199 said Cowboys 30 ranked D, while Parsons is the NFC Player of the Month. Hate to see it. Hate to fucking see it. Hate to fucking see it. But yeah, man. Cowboys, yeah, that shit sucks. And really, I'm gonna take the graphic down. I'm gonna get back on Schotty ass in about 2 seconds. But the Micah Parsons thing leaves a sour taste in my mouth because it don't set a good example for young upcoming players in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? It don't set a good example. Because in most places, if I show up and show out, I will be rewarded for it. Micah Parsons was defensive rookie of the year. He was a multi-time Pro Bowler. He was a multi-time All-Pro. You know, he has set multiple NFL records, and you traded him away. So what I'm getting at is not even just Micah Parsons in the vacuum, but the way that they have handled contract extensions in Dallas has set a bad precedence for upcoming players coming into the Dallas Cowboy farm system. Because what am I looking at in to get paid in Dallas? What do I actually have to do to get paid with no hassle? You know, not having to get into a tongue wrestling match with you through the media. What do I actually have to do to get paid with no fuss in Dallas? No, what did he say? Cue me in on it. What Ryan Clark said. But yeah, what is the progress? What is the process of getting paid in Dallas? Because Dak Prescott was a 4th round pick. He became Offensive Rookie of the Year. He made 2 Pro Bowl selections. He won a playoff game. Right? He had a winning record through 3 seasons. Never had a losing record. 13-3, 9-7, 10-6. 3 back-to-back winning records. 2 trips to the second round of the postseason. Right? Made him play on the final year of his contract. Then turned around and franchise tagged him and made him play on another prove-it deal. All while bashing him in the national media. All while dragging his name through the mud. All while disrespecting his ass. You know what I'm saying? So what? He probably don't. So what is the process of getting paid in Dallas with no hassle? Ezekiel Elliott, 3 rushing titles in the first 3, 2 rushing titles in the first 3 years. You know what I'm saying? All-Pro player, had to take his ass to Cabo to get paid. Right? Dez Bryant, media slander campaign. Zach Martin had to hold out. Zach motherfucking Martin had to hold the fuck out. So what is it that you can actually do and get paid in Dallas with no hassle and no fuss and no threats of being traded? And what can you actually do? And I don't think there's a real answer. There is not a blueprint for getting paid in Dallas. You show up, you show out, you perform, pass your contract, you still might not get paid. So why that does not incentivize people coming in, seeing how shit transpires. That doesn't really build confidence. Like if I'm going to be here long term and shit. He said, Henny, Stephen A. was very complimentary this week about your Cowboys. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. He might unload on Jerry when he is live in Dallas come Monday. Whew, shit. You know what's sad, Ty? If you get hurt, you probably get paid in Dallas. And that shit is weird. Because Michael Gallup got hurt and he got paid. Ooh, and I think there's a bunch of them like that. I think there might be a couple of the motherfuckers like that. And listen, hindsight is 2020. You said we should have never paid Zeke. Maybe not. He said you got to go to Jerry's casting couch to get paid. It's crazy. Now listen, if you let Jerry, to your point, if you let Jerry bend you over and you don't reset the market when you deserve to reset the market, you can get paid early. You know, Stephon Diggs got paid early with no hassle, but he didn't get paid the contract he should have got paid. He took a friendly discount in terms of what the market was at the time, right? You could say the same thing about Osa Odigizua. You know, he got paid, you know, underneath what his market value was to stay in Dallas. Right? Same thing with Jake Ferguson. He got paid underneath the market value for what a tight end would make. So if you're not going to reset the market, I'm sure that Jerry will work with you and pay you, and he'll be happy to do that. But you know, if you want every penny that you're afforded, that you're supposed to make. Oh shit, hold on. I might have to play this. Oh, I'm gonna play it on the show. Salute to B Bird with the alley-oop, man. Let me go to Twitter. Remember, I call it Twitter. And listen, if you call something X, it just sounds filthy and dirty and shit. I ain't finna call it X. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call it Twitter. You know, these are tweets. This is Twitter. I'm not finna even play with them niggas. I ain't doing it. So boom, let me get in here. Replies. All right, cool. Boom. All right, I'm finna screen share it. He said Osa got paid too much, but see, Osa took less than what his market value was. You know, that's why they were able to get the deal done. And listen, we all know how the market works for positions. The money that Osa got paid was underneath, you know, what the market value was for his position. So they felt like they got a deal done. You know what I'm saying? He's not the highest paid 3-tech or nothing like that. You know, so a deal like that, they fine with. You know, they paid him. You know, it was a respectable amount of money, but it didn't reset, you know, the market by any stretch of the imagination. You know, a deal like Dak Prescott getting $60 million and still being the highest paid quarterback in terms of APY, you know, they were skittish on doing it. A deal like CD Lamb that paid him, you know, and reset the market in key areas. I think he had I think he reset the market, maybe guaranteed money when he signed. I got to double check and fact check that. But contracts like that is what make them skittish. Contracts where they reset the market in a key area is what make them skittish. All right, here we go. So I want y'all to hear, and I didn't know that he had said this.
For any college kid, there is no team in the NFL that I'd rather be
drafted. I was just saying. And salute to D-Mon with the Cash App, man. He said Jerry a hoe. We all agree that Jerry is a hoe, man. Jerry a hoe. He a super hoe. He the hoe of hoes. So yeah, man. But yeah, that's exactly the same shit I was talking about, though. You know, and listen, what he described with the Detroit Lions, did that sound like the atmosphere the Dallas Cowboys have? Do they pay their people with no fuss and no hassle? Did they extend Micah Parsons? Did Michael Parsons get paid, or did he get traded away? Right? Even somebody that we didn't like a Byron Jones. Did Byron Jones get his contract extension with Dallas? Did they re-sign Jordan Lewis after he had his best year as a corner in the National Football League? Or did they trim the fat? They consider him trim fat, and now you're, at a loss at cornerback right now, trying to rely on a nigga coming off of a devastating knee injury that's never played in the National Football League, right? Like there's too many. The Dallas Cowboys got a lot of shit they got to clean up. I'll just say that the Dallas Cowboys got a bunch of shit, that's just not conducive to a winning society or a winning culture. I mean, they draft a lot of guys. Do they pay them? Do they pay them niggas? Offensive line, sure. They pay their offensive linemen and they pay the niggas that get hurt. That is true. They pay the offensive linemen and they pay the niggas that get hurt. But again, even a guy like Tank, they franchise tagged, DeMarcus Lawrence twice, and then he had to threaten to get surgery to get his contract. That's not moving in good faith. That's not moving in good faith. You franchise tag D-Law twice. You franchise tag Dak, after he already played on a 1 year prove it deal. They don't extend people when they supposed to extend people. Then they drag it out in the media, drag their names through the mud, use it to run up, engagements and shit, and then, they come back and pay them more money, than they originally had to. That's why their books is always fucked up. So I get what you're saying. We had a lot of all pros through here. We had some good all pros. But when you talk about the all pros, outside of like Trayvon Diggs and Bland, who neither one of them reset the market. Remember, Trayvon Diggs didn't reset the market. So that's the thing. They'll pay you if you don't want a lot of money. They'll pay you after they drag it out in the media, and then they'll pay you, if you're injured. But a proactive signing of a good player, they don't do that shit. A lot of y'all probably don't, listen, we probably could have lived without giving Osa a contract extension. He said everybody got hurt within the first 4 years. I don't know about everybody. I understand that LVE got hurt. As a matter of fact, LVE actually never got a contract extension because they turned down his 5th year option. And then they gave him like some peanuts to play. But, he had been so injury riddled that nobody wanted him here no more. You know what I'm saying? So, But yeah, there is like if you want to get paid like the most money, if you want to get fair market value and because like you are a superstar and you're next up, you finna fight these niggas to get that bread. You gotta take that bread at they cold dead hands. Dak had to fight them niggas. CeeDee Lamb had to fight them niggas. Zeke had to fight them niggas. Tank had to fight. Even Zach Martin. Listen. I know y'all don't realize it because it ended quickly. Zach Martin held out, and not only did Zach Martin hold out, the nigga held out twice. The nigga held out twice to get his paper. You know what I'm saying? So I understand how y'all can say, hey, we pay a lot of people. They pay the hurt niggas and they pay the folks to take discounts. The folks that want fair market value, them niggas gotta fight for their life. And I don't know if it should be like that. But real, Dak got hurt on a franchise tag. Dak didn't get hurt when his contract was when it was time for an extension. Dak had already played 3 years. Dak was eligible for a contract extension in year 4. Dak was eligible for a contract extension in year 4. He played the entirety of year 4 on a 1-year deal. Then they franchise tagged the nigga. So Dak Prescott actually played on back-to-back prove-it deals. They did not pay Dak Prescott when it was time to pay Dak Prescott. Even with the 3-year sample size, because Dak didn't have a 5th-year option. Yeah, 2020 when Dak got hurt on the franchise tag. But that's 2 years. That's literally 2 years after he should have been paid. That's why I always say they were late to the Dak Prescott contract. Because after year 3, they could have gave Dak Prescott a contract at about $28 million APY. And because they waited the 2 years, they let him play out the last year of his rookie deal, and then they placed the franchise tag on him. The quarterback market jumped exponentially. So instead of ending up paying Dak Prescott between $28 and $30 million per year, they ended up having to pay Dak Prescott $40 million per year. Salute to B Bird with the 199. They said they didn't drag Zach's name through, though. Wonder why. They were real hush hush. We didn't really even know the nigga had a holdout going on. They really didn't mention it until after he got paid. Salute the boss. He said Tank didn't get hurt until later. You are correct. Because I also want y'all to remember this. Tank, they put 2 franchise tags on my nigga Tank. They put 2 on the boy. And Tank had like 25 sacks in a 2-year span, and they didn't want to pay that man his money. Right. Dak was on the franchise tag when his ankle got popped. And that's the point. You could have signed Dak Prescott after the first 3 years. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they weren't proactive about it. And listen, because you still ended, and this the thing, they still ended up paying all these people anyway. The Dallas Cowboys themselves do not give a fuck about injury, because if they gave a fuck about injury, they would not have gave a very lucrative deal to Michael Gallup while he was still rehabbing from an ACL. Yeah, they should have signed Dak Prescott after his 3rd year. Because remember, it would have been a $28 million per year to $30 million a year deal, and instead of that, you end up with 40. Not only that, though, you still gave a nigga $30 million, for like, what, how many games he played in 2020? Yeah, Jay Recruiter, they took care of him afterwards. But we're talking about how that negatively affects the cap. How that negatively affects the cap and your spending ability. If you were proactive and gave Dak his contract when his contract was up, right, when he first became eligible, you would have saved cap space and you would have had lower cap hits throughout the entirety of the deal. You will never make up for the 2 years, that you were late on Dak Prescott. You will never make up for the 2 years you were late on Dak Prescott. You'll never get that cap savings and those cap hits back because you wanted to play the long game. I am going to beat that horse. It's the mindset. One can only be moved by their mindset. What the content creator should do is to start a hashtag campaign. For real. Like, we gotta pay people early. Cause listen, injuries is part of football. Niggas get hurt every day. There are niggas that are gonna play all 17 games and they hurt right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, injuries is an inevitability. Injuries are an inevitability when it comes to, signing players. Like, everybody gets hurt. They play a blood sport. They are modern day gladiators. The only difference is these niggas ain't dying, but they break bones, they tear ligaments, they give each other brain damage. Like, this is a violent sport. Injuries is part of it. You know what I'm saying? Injuries is a part of it. Matter of fact, yeah, we see you, Star. You had said something in here earlier, but salute the Stargazer, salute the Boss Cowboy. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to my people, man. If you ain't subbed to my content brother and sister, y'all really missing out, man. They always make good content, always well informed. Y'all make sure y'all go and show them some love, man. Dustin Roberts in the building, but hell yeah, man. Fuck yeah. But that's the thing. They just got to get back. Not even get back, because I think they've done this for a very long time. At least since the salary cap has been around. They have dragged out these contract disputes. And the only, like I said, and I still stand on this, the only folks that get paid is the niggas that get hurt or the niggas that take the low ball. Everybody else got to fight for their life. And it shouldn't be like that. Because like I was saying, I don't know if y'all seen this, but Clark, shout out to B-Bird for sending me the video. You know, Clark was on the same kind of timing. And I'll play it for you. And we cannot say that about the Dallas Cowboys. You may not be getting taken care of. They didn't take care of Micah. And listen, even the people that they pay, they still slander their ass. They didn't have to take the shots they took at Diggs. They didn't have to take those shots at Trayvon Diggs. If you don't like Trayvon Diggs, move Trayvon Diggs. Why you talking crazy about the nigga in the media for? You know what I'm saying? If you don't like, there's already articles about Osa. I mean, Jay Recruiter, think about it. Even if they regret paying Osa, why are there articles about Osa being a mistake? Why they got articles out like that about the nigga? Why there always smear campaign with folks and money? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it 1,000. What happened to professionalism? What happened to tact? like, listen. We can professionally move on from a player without it being a circus. If you regret paying Trayvon Diggs, cool. Move on from him and stop sneak dissing the nigga. If you regret paying Osa, find somebody you can offload that contract on. If you regret trading for Kenny Clark and you think he's not going to be worth the $20+ million, you know, the $20+ million that he's going to get next year, you just quietly move him somewhere. But the point is, don't talk about these niggas crazy in the media. You ain't got to talk crazy about them to move on from them. We're just used to it. We're just used to these niggas talking crazy. And that's the thing, man. They throw everybody under the bus instead of taking accountability for their own misfortunes and their own, bad roster management. And listen, even if you say, hey, they regret paying Osa, they the niggas that signed them. They did it. They the niggas that did it. Be mad at yourself. Don't be mad at them. The only thing them niggas did was get paid. Matter of fact, bro, I got that one in the chat. I got that one loaded in already, kinfolk. I started the show with that one. And Jay Recruiter. Because I'll meet y'all halfway. They don't sign the people they should sign. Listen, let's keep it 1,000. If Dak Prescott, this should have been reversed. Dak Prescott should have been paid with no hassle like they paid Ferg, and Ferg should have been the nigga that had to prove it. Right? Same thing with Micah and Osa. Micah should have been paid immediately, no questions asked, and Osa ass should have been the nigga that had to prove it. Let me halfway. Let's say Let's agree on this then. Let's say the niggas that should get paid don't get paid, and the niggas that should wait get paid first because they taking cheap contracts. Let's do it like that. Let's say it like that then, kinfolk, because I think that's a happy median. If you were to tell me, hey, I think Ferg should prove it. I think Osa should prove a little bit more. I think X, Y, and Z should prove a little bit more. I might agree with you. But when it comes to niggas like Dak, Micah, CD, we can't be doing them like that. Cause listen, the world ain't fair. You know, there are people that are prettier than you, taller than you, make more money than you. Like, niggas ain't equal in the real world. Let's keep it 1,000. Let's keep it a thou wow. So the pretty people on your team, the pretty people, the super good players like Dak and all them niggas that make all the all pros and shit like that, you should pay them expeditiously. And then the other guys that are fringe players, you should wait and see on them. And I think that would be a happy median. We can all probably just agree on that as a family, right? I don't think I said anything wrong with that one. Pay your superstars early and often. And the fringe guys, you let them earn it. I think that'll be a happy median.
On your screen here are recent extensions that Adam Schefter noted on Twitter. Aiden Hutchinson, Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, Jamison Williams, Kirby Joseph, Lee McNeil, Taylor Decker. These are the most important positions in professional football, right? You're talking about pass rusher, quarterback, wide receiver, star offensive lineman. That's not even a strong enough word here. Safety, defense, offensive line again. Like we could go on and on and on and on and throw whatever words and whatever labels we want. But the point of saying all of this is I'm talking to you. There are some of you out there who, when the Jones boys go on the radio and say, we just can't do it, there's not enough pie, do not fall for it. You are better than that. You are smarter than that. The Lions are just the latest team. I want to be very clear. The Lions are not the team that, is making the whole world go, wow, I guess it can be done. No. This has been very well known, very well documented, very well evidence-based for a long time now. Yet somehow, some way, there are still people who believe Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones when they say it just can't be done. And more than that, more than the fact that it can be done from just a practical standpoint, it can be done very quietly. It can be done without drama. It can be done without having to be the headline on First Take. It can be done without having to drag your players through the mud and pitting the media or the fans or whoever against them. It can be done in an efficient manner that serves the sole purpose of making your football team better for the express purpose of winning football games. It's not that much to ask for as a football fan, but for the Dallas Cowboys, it is an impossibility.
And there we have it. And that's all I'm saying. And listen, that is why I don't want to hear about these motherfuckers trading away George Pickens, right? That's why I don't want to hear none of that shit about them not trading for a defensive end. Because the Dallas Cowboys, as we speak today, got $30 million in the bank and ain't did shit with it. Listen. The Lions paid Aiden Hutchinson, Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, Jamison Williams, Kirby Joseph, Alim McNeil, and Taylor Decker. And this don't even count a lot of their free agent signings. This don't count the fact that they went out and they signed free agent David Montgomery. It don't even factor in some of the other moves that they made. It don't factor in that they, sign free agent cornerbacks and shit like that. None of that shit even factors in. This is just the extensions they gave to their homegrown niggas. So that's my issue, man. They pay all the wrong people. They drag it out, make a media circus out of this shit, and they just expect us to be happy with it, man. And as we stand right now, man, realistically, realistically, 'cause I got shit I got to do this morning. We got to win like 7 or 8 of these bitches down the stretch. We play the Cardinals, go on by. We come back and play the Raiders. We play the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Lions, Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, Giants. Realistically, we have to win like 8 to 7 of the last 9 games to make it into the postseason. Because 8 wins get you to 11. You win 7 of these motherfuckers to get you to 10 wins. I am not 1,000% sure that even 10 wins will get you into the postseason this year. Because of how much ground other teams have on you, because of the tiebreakers, because of all these different things. But you need, I'll send it to you. So yeah, man, you need at least 7 of these hoes. Because 6 wins only get you to 9 wins. You're not doing shit with 9 wins. You need to find a way to get to 10 wins. That's why I say this is a must-win game, and then coming out of the bye, the Raiders is a must-win game. Between the Eagles, the Chiefs, and the Lions, who are the last 3, excellent teams that you play, you have to win. Oh, did the Vikings come to Dallas? Hell, thank you, Jesus. Ooh, the Vikings come to Dallas. Thank you, Lord. Okay. Yeah, you have to win some of those games, man. Like the Chargers, you could throw them in there, but the Chargers have been real up and down this year. But you got to win 2 of those 3 games out of the Eagles, the Chiefs, and the Lions. You got to win at least 2 of them bitches. You really only realistically got 1 more L that you can take. So if you lose to the Cardinals, you got to win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row, basically. You got to win 8 in a row. But really 2. You got like 2 losses left. But like I said, I don't think that you can. I don't think that you can get to the postseason with just 10 wins this year. Sports Junkie, I'm finna put it in your DM. I'm finna put it in your DM. All right, you check your DM, Sports Junkie. I just sent it to you. It said it's sending right now. It says sending, so it might take 2 seconds, but I'm in the process of sending it to you. I'm in the process of sending it to you, my guy. I hope so. Jay Recruiter, you got way more faith in this team than I do. And really, my faith is, I got faith in this offense. I think this offense can score with anybody, even with what happened in the Broncos game. But I also think this defense can make anybody look amazing. I think there's been too many instances of average quarterbacks looking like MVP candidates against our defense. There have been way too many instances of that. So until they fix the defense, until this defense is at least average, I'm not going to, have too much faith in them. And it's sad, bro. It's sad that we're even sitting here. We're begging for average. We are begging for an average defense. Who begs for mediocrity? All right, man. I'm finna get off this bitch. I appreciate y'all, man. It's been over an hour of some premium Dallas Cowboys content. I got some things I need to handle this morning. Go make some money on. So I appreciate y'all for everything. And listen. If y'all enjoyed the content, on the way out, please hit the like button. Please hit the share if you care. Please hit the cash app. Please hit the super chat. Please slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, man. And I really neglected. I ain't gonna hold you. I have neglected, my supporters. I got folks that have memberships. I will be dropping at least one members only video or show every week. You know, I'm gonna do more, but I'm gonna get into the habit of just taking time for y'all because y'all deserve it, and dropping y'all members only content because I've been neglecting y'all. So get memberships. We're gonna be running it up. Thank y'all for everything. Thank y'all for the support. Thank y'all for showing up and showing out for your boy, man. And in the words of your boy, you know, West Coast Cowboy, never look down because the stall is up.